welcome back to the live stream. It's your boy Tokyo Stoner. I just completed Final Fantasy VII Remake, and I wanted to do a quick, fresh reaction to the game while it's fresh in my memory, like brand new after completing it. I'll be doing more like objective reviews and things like that. But yeah, this is just like a free talking kind of thing. What the fuck? Oh yeah, and sorry, before I begin, yeah, it's gonna be spoiler heavy, so if you don't want to hear no spoilers, then you know, you better get the fuck out of here and come back when you finish the game, cuz. Alright, let's get into it. So yeah, where was I saying? What the fuck? What the fuck, motherfucker? Man, how the fuck could they do this shit to us again? You gonna do this shit to us again? Fucking Square Enix? Bunch of motherfuckers. Motherfuckers. Oh my god, you motherfucker. It's 6 in the morning, bro. It's 6 in the morning. I stayed up all night playing this shit. Hype. I did that shit 3 nights on the truck, because each night I was like, oh shit, it's the fucking end of the game, cuz. No. Every chapter was like fucking one. I guess if you rush it, you could probably speed run them in half an hour, but like on a first playthrough, every chapter was like between 1 and 3 hours of like walking through corridors and then fighting trash mobs. And like the combat's cool, but it's not like not like the combat's not good. The combat's fucking sick. The combat's insane, right? But it's not enough to fucking keep you walking through these fucked up corridors and these weird maps where your mini map keeps disappearing, so you have to keep fucking popping the menu to see which way you're fucking going. And Cloud runs so fast, like it is. If I say some shit that you don't understand, it's probably because you haven't played the game. But yeah, Cloud runs fast as a motherfucker, bro. One thing, yeah. Oh yeah, and before I get too into it as well, because this is, I feel like it might come across as heavily negative, but I want to say one thing as well, is that before I get a bunch of comments saying blah 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 blah, listen, yeah, I'm really happy overall they made the game, and that I got to play a game in HD where you get to run around as Cloud. Like, it's cool that you got to play as the other people as well, like all the other characters and shit, and I'm really happy that happened. But yeah, back to it. The music is fucking atrocious. The music is so fucking whack. Not every song. It's weird. You see this game, yeah? For me, the game was like, there was moments where it was like I was playing the greatest game any motherfucker had ever made in all time, right? And then it's like, there was other moments where it's like, fucking, it was the most trashiest, ridiculous, disrespectful, fucking cash grabbing, Disney-fied, whack, donkey, fucking garbage, trash shit that you've ever played in your life. And the contrast was so fucking hard to deal with. Like, I'd play one section and I'd be like, what? This is the fucking sickest shit I've ever played in my life. And then it would be like 6 hours of like the most monotonous, like everything you love about the game just fucked over. Like all your favorite tracks like remixed on some disco shit and played to you for hours. Like you're going through iconic fucking places, like iconic fucking backgrounds, yeah, like some of the sector slums and shit, like the journeys between 5 and 6 and 6 and 7, all of those pathways. Instead of playing the fucking OG gangster classic music, like even remixed but still familiar, they're playing the most fucked up Euro pop, Euro dance remixed fucking versions of the shit. And I'm not even dissing Euro dance. Like, I make music, I like all kinds of genres. Euro dance is cool, but the fuck, how did that happen to all of the fucking, the entire soundtrack? Let me just turn up this music. Like, you see this music that's playing behind me? This was like a fucking, I don't know what it was. It was like a fucking catfish. Because when you open up the game, they give you music like this. Some of the best music you've ever heard in your fucking life. Because everyone knows Like, there's a level where music is the best ever, right? And with the original Final Fantasy VII, a lot of the music on that soundtrack are some of the best songs ever made. Like, they're some of the best songs you've ever heard in your life. Some of them. Do you get me? And if they were remade faithfully, the remakes, just because if they were remade faithfully, they would also be some of the greatest shit ever made. Like this song here. This is one of the greatest shit ever made. It's sick. But some of those disco trance remix fucking Euro pop fucking things that they play on a loop every time you get in a fight are disrespectful, outrageous, ridiculous. I don't know who that's for, because it's like, it can't be for the classic fans, right? There's no way that's for the fans of the original, because like, anything you enjoy has an aesthetic, it has a vibe, like an atmosphere. Like if you read like a comic book or you watch a film or you play a game, it has a certain aesthetic, like characteristics that you like about it. Do you get what I'm saying? And like, in this remake, they changed so much about the core characteristics of the fucking vibe, just that the atmosphere, the vibe of the fucking thing, that it's like, you can't be doing that for the fans of the original. Because it's like, alright, if you like Blade Runner, if you don't know about Blade Runner, it's dark, yeah? It's a dark, fucking, gritty film. So imagine you're a fan of that, and then they come out with Blade Runner 2 or whatever, the next one, and it's like some fucking Teletubby shit. You're gonna be like, what the fuck is this? So that's what I feel like they've done here with a lot of it. Like, a lot of it is over the top, like the chapter 9 where you have to sneak into Corneo's mansion is like super. Oh, I was about to say one thing, yeah, but we'll get into that in a minute. It's super over the top. Like, it's just super over the top. When you're doing the dance routine and all of that shit, it cuts into the atmosphere of the entire game. Even like, it doesn't even suit Cloud. Like, it doesn't even suit his character. He's protesting the whole time, and then all of a sudden he starts like fucking breakdancing and doing like the fucking jazz hands and shit, and it's like, what the fuck, man, bro. And you know what it is? Alright, there's two things I was going to say. One thing I was going to say is that the game's needlessly long. Like, all of the chapters are needlessly long, and there was no need for it to be Midgar only, right? But I think what I'll say first, hey, yo, Martin, what you saying, bro? You good, yeah? I'm just doing breakdown of the game, bro. Anyway, let me get back to it. You can comment and shit. If you comment, I'll answer your questions and shit. I just beat the game, so you can do Q&A or whatever if you want. Anyway, when it comes to things like the dance routine and how I said it completely breaks the fucking atmosphere of the game, there's a lot of things in the game like that. And I don't know, I don't have no evidence, I haven't done no research, but my gut tells me that it's Nomura doing ridiculous fucking goofy shit. He's been on the fucking angel fucking dust again, and he's doing crazy shit all over the fucking place. Just like every other time, right? The main reason why I say that is because when Final Fantasy Versus 13 was struggling with production and was in development hell, right? And basically, Final Fantasy VII Remake and Final Fantasy Versus 13 were both initially announced, like, or at least teased around the same kind of time, like 2005, 2006, and Kingdom Hearts 3 was like vaporware at that time, but you know, they all came out around the same kind of time, just the concept of them, right? But especially these two Final Fantasies, and they took so long to come out. They took like, some took 10, 12, this took 15 years, maybe 16, depending on how you count it. Do you get what I'm saying? And it's like, they gave Nomura a director role on all of those games, and he even said multiple times, like, he doesn't want to direct, he just wants to come up with cool ideas and give them to someone else who directs it for him. But with him directing the whole fucking thing, yeah, you fucked it. Because on Final Fantasy Versus 13, on the development hell of that, there was reports and shit. You can look it up. There's mad fucking articles about it. He wanted to make that game a musical, right? There's nothing wrong with having a game that's a musical, but it didn't suit the original theme of like the trailer that was set out or whatever. And I tell you 100%, as soon as I saw that musical dance routine in this, I was like, oh, they let Nomura loose with the fucking creativity again. Like, they let him get out of the box. They let him fucking cook it, right? So Nomura fucking fried it, man. Came in there, put a fucking dance routine that makes no sense. And I'm just ragging on about that one scene, but there's hundreds of scenes like it. Like, obviously, like I said, in the title, it says caution, spoilers, right? And I'm telling you now, caution, spoilers, because I'm about to spoil this whole shit. But yeah, like, those ridiculous scenes at the end of the game where fucking Biggs comes back to life. Why did Biggs come back to life? Why was Wedge alive in the first fucking place? Why the fuck is Zack coming back? What the fuck? Zack came back to life. Why? What? Anyway, I'm just gonna do a quick audio test to make sure the fucking sound's not fucked up. Yeah, it sounds alright. Yeah, bro. Like, why is Zack alive? I don't get it. Like, I'm not gonna, like, they're turning this into some Power Rangers shit. First of all, they're turning this into some Kingdom Hearts shit. And second of all, they're turning this into some Power Rangers, Epic Saga, Lord of the Rings, Star Wars, motherfucking goes on for 20 million hours shit. Look how long, bro. I just played this game, yeah. Like, and I did all the side quests, and I did most of the shit you could do. I did like all the shit that was available. Most of it was whack as fuck, right? But it was like between 50 and 60 hours, like 50 something hours. Obviously, like maybe like 10 or 15 of that is AFK, but like it was a good solid time. That was just Midgar. So if and the feeling I got most of the time was that it was stretched out. It was stretched out, drawn out, went on for way too long. Like, the bits that were good were fucking insane, bro. Like, the bits that were good were super insane, next level fucking god level sick shit, right? But in between were just these long, ridiculously drawn out sections that were just totally unnecessary. Like, I was like, bro, why are these even in here? Why are they even here? Like, you go into the sewers and it would, like, you just be running back and forth. Like the sewers was kind of short, to be honest, but there were some other sections. And again, the sewers, even though it was short, it just felt monotonous. It just felt like this fucking drab, flat background with these super glossy characters running around in there, like just pressing levers and then going back and forth and pressing more levers. It was horrible, man. And it's like, you can go and farm at the battle arenas, but there's not enough places to farm. Do you get what I'm saying? There's nowhere to farm. Like obviously there is places to farm, but like the only way to farm is to run back and forth between sectors, and I did that a few times, but it's whack as fuck. Obviously you can farm the summons and you can farm the battle arenas and shit, but I guess that's a creative choice. I can't really hate on that because that's cool. It's nothing really to hate on. But typically, like, when you say a game's a remake of something and the original game, farming is like a key element, like farming enemies and running around and fighting an infinite amount of enemies and you know, just running in a circle and fighting enemies, like, is easy to do, right? It's a key part of the game. So to not have that in this game is kind of like, the fuck? Like, why are all the paths anyway, the paths are too convoluted and the maps are too shitty to make it worthwhile. The combat is super top notch, but most of the battles that you get into are not exciting enough, or like, so the combat becomes almost like a chore, like flicking between characters, controlling them. It ends up feeling like a chore because a lot of the boss fights, they're over inflated health. They got way more health than they need, and like there's one fight towards the end. Which fight was it? Arsenal. There's a fight called Arsenal, yeah, and with that fight, like, you have to hit, at least on your first playthrough. On hard, it might be different once you're super OP, but I was pretty strong, and I was high level. And basically, when I was in a fight with it, there was a gimmick to the fight where to make the fight work, you have to fucking hit it at its weak point when it's charging up to attack, right? And it's like, if you don't do that, you basically can't win the fight. And then after I beat that boss, a little time later, I was fighting Sephiroth, like the actual Sephiroth. I'm fighting Sephiroth, and I'm pretty sure I beat him first try. Do you get me? And it's like, that fucking robot boss Arsenal, I had to try him like a good 3-4 times before I beat him because of the gimmick that he had. And it's like, why is Arsenal giving me more trouble than Sephiroth? Who the fuck scaled this shit? Who the fuck programmed this shit? Who fucking designed it like this? That there's like bosses like Guard Scorpion, like who's Rufus? When it comes to swordplay, Rufus gives you more trouble because Rufus parries all of your attacks. Sephiroth doesn't even have a parry. He might have a parry, but he didn't use it on me. Fuck. And they said, oh yeah, it's gonna be Midgar only because, oh yeah, Midgar only makes sense. Bro, what do you mean Midgar only makes sense? They're like, oh, we're gonna do it in episodes because there's so much in the game. It's such an enormous game, right? This is the way I understood it in the beginning. Not towards the end, in the beginning. The way I understood it was, the game's so big, we have to split it up. And I'm like, cool. And then they're like, actually, we fleshed it out and we've added a bunch of things. And because of the way we've expanded on the story, now it has to be broken into parts. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe that makes sense. Midgar only? All right, cool. I'm still with you, right? And you play it, right? And then you get to the end, and they retcon the entire fucking everything. They delete the universe, restart the universe, resurrect Zack, resurrect Biggs. Wedge didn't even fucking die, yeah? Cloud and Barrett and those motherfuckers are in like another dimension or some shit, it looks like, right? And it's just like, you didn't make it part 1 Midgar because there was too much in the game. You made it part 1 Midgar because you wanted to turn this into some super epic Lord of the Rings shit where you got like 10 Final Fantasy 7 games and you drop one like every 3 years to fucking keep your company afloat. Like, you fucking sold out the dream. Do you get what I'm saying? That's how I feel. Like, that's how honestly how I feel. Is like they sold out the fucking concept of the remake to make their live service model. They're always talking about how they want a live service model at Square Enix, and Final Fantasy 15 was meant to be it, and it didn't work, right? 14 is banging, but 14 is banging as a live service model, I think. But I don't know why they tried to turn 7 into like a continuous revenue stream. And also another thing is like, they called it a remake, and on my, like, I felt as I was playing the final chapters of the game, like, and beating the game, like the last hour or so, I felt like I wasn't playing what they sold me, if you get what I'm saying. Because it's like, it was sold to me as like, this is a remake of the game you love. We took the game you love, we remade it, we fleshed out the story, we explained things that weren't explained properly before, and we went into so much detail, and it's so amazing that it's going to be Midgar. And I'm like, cool, right? Fucking... And then instead, like, all the way up through the game, there's little changes, little things that are different to what you remember, and I'm happy. I'm cool with those. I wasn't necessarily happy with all of them, but I was appreciative, and I was like, cool, this is lit. All right, let's go. But when you get to the end, and they fucking take Sephiroth, they go so far. They take Sephiroth and Cloud and put them on a fucking meteorite in the middle of space, yeah. And then they're like, and Sephiroth's like, this is the end of all existence. And he points to the fucking galaxy or whatever, and he's like, stay here, watch it end. And then the universe literally like restarts, and it's like the start of the universe is when Zack fucking dies, and instead Zack lives. Like, what the fuck? Why did you need what part of that is you fleshing out the original game? None of that is the original game being fleshed out. All of that is a bunch of Nomura-esque fucking Kingdom Hearts, Disneyland, fucking bubblegum bullshit that doesn't belong in Final Fantasy 7. Who am I to say it doesn't belong in Final Fantasy 7? These are the motherfuckers that make this shit. I'm just a fan. I'm just a player. but that's how I feel. Like, this game feels a lot more like Kingdom Hearts than it should. A lot of the music feels like Kingdom Hearts. A lot of the fights kind of feel like Kingdom Hearts. The ending feels like Kingdom Hearts. And it doesn't need to be Kingdom Hearts, because we've already got fucking like 13 Kingdom Hearts games or some shit. Do you get what I'm saying? We've only got one Final Fantasy 7. These motherfuckers, man. Alright, I don't want this video to go on too long, so let me just quickly recap before I go. The graphics is another thing. On the main characters, the graphics are insane. On every NPC, apart from like one or two ones that are part of the storyline, every NPC looks like a cardboard cutout. Do you hear me? So yeah, the graphics on Cloud and the gang, Sephiroth, any mainline character, they all look like the dopest shit you've ever seen. But like, you'll go and speak to an NPC and they'll look like a 2D plastic fucking piece of shit, and it'll be really funny because Cloud will be looking at him like a god. Do you get me? And they'll just be this fucking like half a pixel. Like it's like looking at the characters from the original game. Do you get me? Just sitting there looking at Cloud and talking, and it's like, bro. So yeah, that's how fucked up the NPCs look. The music, it has its moments where it's outstanding, but most of the time the music is a bunch of really weird, just music that you wouldn't expect in Final Fantasy 7. You get what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't say the music's bad, because I found myself vibing to a lot of the music, but it just didn't suit the atmosphere, and I found it broke the atmosphere in a lot of situations. The music broke the atmosphere. Like, there's one point where the plate's just falling and shit's really intense, and you know, people are dying and shit's going down, and the gang have to go through one of the shortcuts, and it starts playing some weird fucking dub music, and it's just like, bro, why are you playing this fucking upbeat dub music? Like, what the fuck? Why are you playing? Anyway, yeah, so graphics are excellent in places, terrible in others. Music, excellent in places, terrible in others. Combat all around is just fucking super amazing. It's the main thing that carries the game and makes you want to keep playing. Like, yeah, the combat is the main thing that holds the shit together, I think. Storyline, I think the storyline's good. The storyline's really fucking good. The ending, I did understand it, but the ending is a bit too complicated, so that's where I'd say the storyline falls off. Like, the storyline's good for about 80% of the way through, but there's a point right at the end where the storyline just goes into Kingdom Hearts territory, and it all just gets a bit too much like the darkness. Do you get me? It's like fucking hell. And obviously I love Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts is one of my favorite games of all time, so don't think I'm hating on Kingdom Hearts. I'm just saying it doesn't suit the atmosphere of this game. You get what I'm saying? It doesn't suit it at all. Where else are we going? Yeah, so we did the combat, we did music, materials tight, storylines tight, and what else? Yeah, I think that about wraps it up for now, and then I'll come back with a real fucking proper review and a proper fucking feedback and all of that shit, and lore breakdowns. I'm so disappointed in the game, man. I really wanted the game to be fucking tight, and like, I'd completely lost faith in Square Enix after Final Fantasy 15. I was just like, no. And yeah, Kingdom Hearts 3, I didn't even buy it because I'd already lost faith. You get what I'm saying? Like I said, that's Kingdom Hearts, one of my favorite game series of all time. I didn't even buy 3 because I was like, nah, Square Enix ain't gonna do this shit serious, right? But when I saw this was rolling, I was like, nope, they gotta do it right. I was like, this like, I didn't believe it, but when I started seeing the trailers and shit, I was like, oh my fucking god, they did it right. And I think the sad thing is that they basically did do it right. They did do it right, but then they completely fucked it up because they retconned the entire fucking thing, and they brought Zack back to life. and then they turned the game into Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, I guess my initial feedback is that the game has moments of being the greatest game you've ever played in your life, and then it has other moments of being one of the worst games you've ever seen anywhere ever. And that's just the story of this game, this remake. And also, remake's the wrong word. It's a reboot. It's not a remake, it's a reboot. And I think something that fucks me off, and some people might be cool with it, some people might just swallow it because they don't know how to do anything else. I feel like there's a lot of people who won't like it, do you know what I mean? And they'll just tolerate it and be like, yeah, alright. Some people will actually like it, and other people won't. Fucking the people that won't like the change, I feel like for me, and possibly for them as well, the feeling is that, or the underlying feeling is that this game is a reboot, and you waited until the end of the game to tell me it's a reboot. Like, you marketed this shit, you fucking did a leak fucking 15 years ago, then 5 years ago you said it was in production, then you started showing us clips, you started showing us shit, you were like, yo, this is the fucking most gangster shit of all time, and we were like, cool, yeah. And you were like, yo, you know, fucking the storylines is so epic. We fleshed it out so much that it has to be done in chapters, and you haven't even done chapters, because a true chapter 1 would be when you're on the boat going from Junon to Costa del Sol. That's a true chapter 1. Chapter 2 could be like Costa del Sol up until maybe either weapon attacks or maybe Middle, when Cloud finds himself at Middle or some shit, or gets fallen into the pit of Middle. And then chapter 3 would be like from wherever that picks off and then till the end. That's a real like Final Fantasy 7 split 3 ways. Do you get me? Like the original 3 discs. Instead you split it like 10 ways? Because Midgar is not a third of the game. So what the fuck? And how long are you going to take to make part 2? How long are you going to take to make part 3? If the games don't sell well, if they don't get reviewed well, are you just going to abandon the projects so that it becomes unfinished, like Final Fantasy 15, where the DLC got cancelled and turned into a book? So it's like right now I feel like, and I always felt like, this is the only thing we're guaranteed. Like, this game we're playing here, this is the only real shit we're guaranteed. We might get more, we might not get more. We're probably almost definitely guaranteed at least the second and third one, but I'm not convinced with the amount of detail they've gone into in this one, or not even detail, with the amount of stretching out the game they've done with this one. I doubt they'll be able to do it with 2 or 3 games, because everything is so stretched out. They're gonna need like 7 or 8 games. Do you get me? Unless they really start dialing it back and toning it down. Because they even said, I read reports on this game before it came out where they were like, oh yeah, fucking, we made so many side quests that we had to cut back some of the side quests, and we still kept as many in as we could because we felt like all of the side quests were really integral to understanding the story, and they were all really vital. And I played every side quest and they were all fucking trash, bro. They were all fucking, every single side quest was garbage. I mean, I might be exaggerating. There might have been 1 or 2 maybe fun ones where you fought enemies or something, but overall every side trash was busy work. Every side trash. Every side quest was some busy work fucking trash where you're just going back and forth, going to fight this enemy, that enemy, and it's like, you've already got the greatest game of all time. Arguably the greatest game of all time, right? That's your base material when you're remaking this shit, right? And instead of just rolling with that, you're giving me side quests where I have to go and find lost cats or find lost children or go and find ingredients for some guy. It's fucking stupid as shit. It's the most fucking ridiculous shit ever, man. Like, a few rare, like classic Final Fantasy, a few rare NPCs, you talk to them here and there, they only appear at certain parts of the game, you give them certain items or you do certain shit, you receive a rare weapon. What? That would have been sick. But you've got like a good 12 hours worth of side quests in here, maybe even 20 hours worth of side quest content in this game. And it was unnecessary because you could have used that to fucking program Red 13 to make him a playable character. You could have used that to fucking do a world map so we could get the fuck out of Midgar, right? Cut down on all of these stupid cutscenes with characters like Jesse, Biggs and Wedge. I love Jesse, and some of those cutscenes were sick, but there was so many. What the fuck was Rocha? What's his name? Roch. What's he doing in the game? Why was he even in the game? Why was there a whole chapter or two dedicated to rolling around with those guys and Rocha or Roch? When we could have been hitting up the Chocobo farm, riding fucking Chocobos in an open world map, right? Fucking hitting up Junior, hitting up Fort Condor, fighting Sephiroth and Genova on the boat, instead of rushing that shit and forcing Sephiroth and Genova fights into the middle of Midgar, and then destroying fucking Midgar with a giant Heartless. That boss at the end looks like a Heartless. It's undeniable that shit is a fake Heartless. And then, man, I'm out. I've been fucking ranting on this shit for like half an hour now, bro. I'm gonna smoke some fucking good shit, and I'm gonna get some sleep, because I don't know how to feel about this game. I'm still gonna be playing it, because, you know, I'm gonna do some, I'm probably not gonna beat it. I mean, any game I love, I would have just beaten it on hard mode, but I just don't feel like beating it on hard mode, to be honest. I even loaded it up and I was just like as soon as I beat it, I got chapter select, I went to load up and I was just like, nah, what the fuck am I gonna do? Like, I definitely will play it some more, because I love Final Fantasy 7, and this is an event. Like, this game's a special event, and the combat's sick, and I'm done with the story now, so I don't have to put up with that stupid, goofy fucking bullshit no more. Garbage plot lines. I can just play the game and have fun. And yeah. Anyway, I'll be playing the remake on the stream. I mean the original on the stream real soon, because I love that shit, and I found my save file from when I was like 9 years old, and I was OP as fuck, so I'm gonna be playing on that save file for nostalgia's sake. Anyway, yeah, don't be hating on me too much. These are just how I feel, and these are just my raw feelings. I just beat the game, and I just wanted to record myself and express it and get it out, rather than just sitting here and stewing. So anyway, if you enjoyed the fucking game, let me know. If you didn't enjoy the game, let me know. I don't want to give you the impression I didn't enjoy it, because I did enjoy it. I'm just fucked off with certain choices they made, because I feel like it's a missed opportunity, and you're only really going to get this opportunity once. You're not going to be able to remake Final Fantasy 7 again for like maybe 30, 40 years or some shit. And especially with this saga, if it takes them 20 years to release all the games in the saga, like, do you get what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna be remaking this shit when I'm like 60. Fuck that. I don't even want to speak that shit into existence. They better remake this shit again in like 3 years and start from scratch. But yeah, anyway, my name's Tokyo Stoner. I'm out. Make sure you hit up my Twitch channel, Tokyo Stoner, as well. Make sure you hit up my music YouTube channel. That's Light Codes Music. All the links in the description. Stay lit. Take care of yourself, guys. Alright, I'll catch you in the next one. Peace. Nothing but money on my mind. She say she love me, love is blind. She ride it up and down and then rewind. When we fuck, it gets better every time. I got 2 bad bitches by my side. I tell my ops don't even try. Anytime I lift, I let it fly. Come down and put 2 spirits in the sky. Hit your block and put some spirits on the floor. Niggas know I got a lot, but I need more. Nowadays, all my guap is kept offshore. Stash box, I got a couple keys of raw. Whoa, the weed is Arabian, burning it down like a Sabian. I'm coming down to the stadium, rolling with angels and aliens. There's only real ones in my radius. Everyone here know my alias. I'm coming down to the stadiums, rolling with angels and aliens. She take it straight to the face, laughing all of the way to the bank. Pardon, I take it straight to the face, pull up and parking. Jump out the spaceship, step over your carcass. When you look around, you see killers and carnage. My niggas is Martians, yeah, we live and die by the stardom. Even when we're in the darkness, you know we stay lit regardless. All of your bitches, they love me. All of your hatred is harmless. Only the gods can judge me, yeah. Even when we're in the darkness, you know we stay lit regardless. All of your bitches, they love me. All of your hating is harmless.